What is up, YouTube? Back here in a video on KMCH E-commerce LLC. And today, as you see by the title, as you see by the first slide here, we're going to be talking about Amazon SEO. Kind of explain it for you guys, give you fundamentals, and make it simple, straightforward, to help you guys hopefully rank higher and sell more on Amazon. So here's my presentation overview. Things I'm going to be talking about today is what is Amazon SEO, why SEO matters on Amazon, the core SEO levers you control, five SEO basics Amazon notices, and of course, at the end of this presentation, I have some tasks, I guess you guys can say, um, to get started implementing SEO into your business, into your listing, start optimizing your listing for SEO, and to hopefully help you rank higher and sell more, be more profitable on Amazon. That's what we're all on here to do. So get right to it. So what is Amazon SEO? I have a pretty straightforward definition here. SEO on Amazon is a process of optimizing your product listing so Amazon search engine understands what you sell and shows your product to shoppers who are most likely to buy, right? Amazon wants to show highly relevant products to the search term, so the customer searched, and they don't want them scrolling around trying to find. So they want the most highly relevant products for that search term. And if you're ranking for that keyword, you're going to show up organically. Some people, you can show up sponsored, but once you have that organic listing there for that keyword, it's going to help you be a lot more profitable on Amazon, right? That kind of ties into the goal of optimizing for Amazon SEO. It's to increase your product's visibility and sales by ranking higher in search results. This helps you attract more organic traffic, reduce reliance on paid ads, and grow your business more efficiently, right? You don't want to be showing up for irrelevant terms. You want to show up for high relevant terms. It's going to help your click-through rate. It's really a big funnel when it comes to Amazon. A click-through rate is very important, and everything else is going to funnel down from clicks, um, add the cards, purchases, and so forth. So why SEO matters on Amazon? Page one dominance. Most shoppers never scroll past the first few of those pages. Think about the last time you bought something on Amazon. Did you really scroll down to the second page? No. You want your organic listing to be on that first page. Um, as you can see, I attached a screenshot here, just showing this is obviously a lot smaller at scale. But as you see from the top of search, you can see my impressions. From the rest of search, you see about a 4,000 impression drop off from the rest of search. Just shows most of the clicks, most of the buys, purchases are all coming from that top of search. Most people aren't scrolling down. Like I said, Amazon wants, those high relevant listings up top. So then the customer isn't searching, scrolling, trying to find the product that they want, right? Free traffic, high organic rank, but steady, no cost visitors. Um, Pretty self-explanatory. You have that higher organic rank. You're gonna show up on the first page. You're gonna have to scroll a little bit past that sponsored. Obviously, you're still gonna have to run ads, but if your sponsored shows up top, they scroll down a little bit and see you again for your organic listing. That's free clicks. You're gonna be a lot more profitable on Amazon. Those organic sales are just gonna help you rank. It kind of compounds over time, right? You have a higher rank, you're gonna show up higher. You know, more people are gonna click on you. You're gonna get more organic sales. It's gonna increase your rank even more, right? Higher conversions, relevant listings get more clicks and sales. Lower ad spend, better organic lets you rely less on PPC, right? You're still going to spend money on PPC, but these organic sales are very important when it comes to ranking, and you know, you need those organic sales to be able to stay at that rank and thrive here on Amazon. Because if you're relying too much on PPC, profit margins are going to get slim. Some days aren't going to be great, and you know, it's just kind of unpredictable some days. Long-term growth, kind of like I mentioned earlier, strong SEO compounds over time, boosting brand value, right? So gonna have people, you're gonna increase in rank, you're gonna get more organic sales, which is gonna help you increase more in rank, right? It's gonna compound over time, helping you stay at that rank. Like I said, with SEO and ranking, it doesn't matter when you get into the top 50, right? That's more just indexing for that keyword. Um, the big momentum shifts that you're going to get is moving from 5 to 4, not, you know, 30 to 20, right? You're going to see a big shift in sales once you get that higher rank into those lower numbers from 3 to 2, 2 to 1, not really 30 to 50, not really 50 to 30, etc. some core SEO levers that you control on Amazon. Um, the title, of course, very important. Your product description title. You want to front load your main keyword. The first 70 characters of a keyword title listing um, is going to be very important here on Amazon. Is the most impactful. You want to be able to explain your product basically in those first 70 characters. And of course, keep it clear and readable. We've all seen Amazon listings, title listings. They're not, they're readable. They get the point across, but obviously they're pushing more for those keywords being in the title, right? Same with your bullets. You want to take advantage of all bullet points. I suggest having 5 bullet points, um, and insert the supporting keywords while also highlighting the benefits. A lot of people do keyword stuff. Most people don't really read bullet points. When's the last time you read bullet points on Amazon? Usually pictures, people like the pictures, look at the pictures, and maybe read the first bullet point. So my suggestion, I would stuff as many keywords as you can into your bullet points, but keep that first kind of bullet point as describing the product, get the point across, explain what the product does and its benefits, and the rest, just use it more for SEO and indexing for these keywords. Backend search terms for the 250 byte box, no commas or repeats. This is a great place for you to put misspellings, Spanish words, anything that you don't really want on the listing, but still want to rank and index for these keywords. That's a great place to do that. Images and alt text, right? Brand registry is so important here on Amazon. If you don't have brand registry, what are you doing? Okay. You can get the A+, really good images, add keyword rich alt text and A+ images, right? You have that crawlable text you can use, take advantage of all the crawlable text that you have, right? Amazon can't read images, right? They're not going to be able to index you just because you have the word in your A+ images or in your infographics, right? So putting keywords in your alt text on that crawlable text underneath the A+ images, right? It's going to help you index for more keywords and rank and be more relevant for those keywords, right? Um, Price and stock, right? Just because you ranked from 10 to 5, you're not guaranteed to stay there, right? Um, this is one of the main things that you can control, price and stock. Like it's the number one golden rule on Amazon. Don't run out of stock, right? It's gonna hurt your rank. People are always, trying to push rank. People are always trying to get that number one spot. It's very competitive here on Amazon, so you want to stay competitively priced, avoid stock outs, they're going to affect your rank. 5 SEO basics Amazon notices. Primary keyword and title tells Amazon exactly what you sell. Like I said, I kind of listed these in importance wise. Your title on Amazon is going to be the most important. Like I said, the first 70 characters are going to be the most impactful. Explain your product, use your hyper relevant keywords in that title. Um, like I said, supporting keywords and bullets, expand relevance for your latest searches. Use that first kind of bullet point just to get the point across, explain what your product is, and the rest, people don't really read. It's more for robots, right? Amazon's gonna read that and say, okay, I see he has his search term, he has his search term. Um, it's gonna help you rank and index for those keywords. Keyword rich alt text on images. Like I said, that A+, you don't have brand registry, get with the program. Missing out on a lot of space that you can throw in these extra keywords that maybe you don't want on your listing, but you want in the back end of your listing, like those Spanish words, misspellings, right? Um, you can have 100 text for each alt text box. So definitely, you have 5 images, that's 500 characters of alt text that you can put behind a listing that doesn't have to be on the listing, right? Complete backend search terms, right? 250 bytes of hidden keywords for more reach. Um, the back end of your product listing, when you create the product listing, make sure that's filled in, no commas. Um, just make sure you taking advantage of the back end search terms. Consistent keyword use across A+ copy and description. It's going to help you reinforce relevance and it's going to help ranking, right? So like I talked about with the A+, um, you want to make sure you're taking advantage of all the places that you can have keywords. Um, do some keyword research on Helium 10, Jungle Scout, whatever you like to use. Find more keywords. There's always more keywords. Sometimes you think, oh man, I don't know even know what to put on here. Trust me, there's something you can put on there um, that might have relevance to your product that will help you um, show up more for those certain keywords. So for the last slide here, take action today. Um, things that should have been done, things that you need to do that are very easy to do today. Start implementing SEO into your listing. Optimize your title. Go through the search term reports. Go on Helium 10. Use Jungle Scout. Find these keywords that are going to be your most impactful, hyper relevant terms that you want to rank for, right? Um, Refresh bullets and A plus copy. Like I said, um, it's always good to go back through your bullet points, kind of see, oh, can I fit this keyword in here? How can I fit this? Just to help you index and rank more for relevant terms. Add eight, add alt text to images. Describe each photo with a keyword. You got 100 characters of alt text behind your A plus, and you have that crawlable text as well. You want to take advantage of that. Um, you have brand registry for a reason. You need to take advantage of brand registry and what it's giving you with all that space for extra keywords that you might not want on your listing, right? Um, Fill backend search terms. Use, like I said, in the back of your listing, you need to have those search terms in there. Use up all the space. If you have space left, figure out a way to change, mix around a couple of things to, take a full advantage of those 250 bytes. Um, Track your rank weekly. Watch how these changes lift visibility, right? You want to be tracking your hyper relevant keywords on using a tool like I personally use Helium 10. You can use Jungle Scout. Watch your Put these keywords into Jungle Scout or Helium 10 and watch your rank over time to see if your ranking campaigns are doing its job and helping you rank for that individual keyword. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I have a quick tip for you guys that stay to the end. When you're creating the listing, that item type keyword, you will see it on I think it's the product details page. Make sure it's filled in. If this is not filled in, um, it's going to prevent you from ranking, right? It's very important. A lot of people sometimes miss this or don't think it's as important, but it's very important. It can, prevent you from ranking, right? But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys take action today. If you got any value from this, like, comment, subscribe, and I appreciate you guys for watching and have a blessed day. Peace.